Hi everyone, my name is Dennis and today I'm going to show you how I use this 55-gallon rain barrel to water my garden. Okay, let's go through the setup. What you can see here is I've tapped into my gutter with this. This is from Oatly. I bought it on Amazon. It's about 20-25 bucks. You can also get it on Home Depot. You're going to need to cut into your gutter about that much or so, which is about 5 inches or so. Top half goes in to this. Bottom half of this Oatly thing goes into the gutter. Okay, you can see there's a hose leading into the rain barrel, and then from the rain barrel there's a spigot down here. And what I've done is I've attached a timer and a garden hose. Now, if I was smarter, what I would have done is, you see I've put this on a brick. I would have elevated this a little bit, maybe about 3 feet. If you're level with your garden, you're going to want to be at least 3 feet above. My property is sloped, so for that reason, that's why I didn't elevate it. But it would have made it a lot easier, so I can put on the hose and to attach this to the spigot. So let's go take a walk down and see how this thing runs to the garden. So this garden's about 3 feet lower than the rain barrel I showed you earlier. If you want to get more water pressure to the garden, you're going to want to lift that rain barrel higher. Put it on some bricks. The higher the rain barrel, the more water pressure. So I've got the hose that I showed you earlier connected to a soaker hose. The soaker hose itself is wound throughout the garden, and I would recommend burying that hose so it's a little bit closer to the roots, as well as it prevents the sun from beating down on the hose and evaporating the water. So what I'll do is I'll show you what the hose is going to look like once I turn on the water. You'll see that it'll bleed a lot more at the beginning than it does at the end of the hose, which is on the other side of this back side of the garden over here. I will show you what that looks like so you get an idea of how much water is coming through even at the end of the hose. Okay, I just turned on the hose and it's been less than a minute, and what you can see is throughout the hose you can see the water starting to bead up around it. I don't know if you can see this. There's water coming through the hose. I'm going to show you, I'm going to pan over to the end of the hose where you'll see even after a minute some of this water is starting to come out of the hose. Okay, it's still been about a minute or so. You can see the end of the hose. You can see the water starting to bead up on it. You can see a little tomato plant right here. And then you can see the bottom of this hose is already soaking, getting wet. So clearly the more you've got this hose buried in, the more the water will be retained. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause for now and I'm going to show you what this looks like at the end of 10 minutes. Hey everybody, it's been about 10 minutes and what you can see is that where the hose is sort of buried, you can see the soil has gotten moist over here. If I lift up the hose, you can see all around it, it's really wet. So keep that in mind when you're burying your hose. The closer you have the soaker hose to the roots of the plant, the more the water will get directly where it's needed. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please hit the like button. Also, leave your comments and don't forget to subscribe.